Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my June beauty favorites try on tutorial. If you guys are new to my channel, you may not know this, but I like to do a tutorial using all of my favorites for that month because I want you guys to see my favorites in action. I want you guys to see exactly why I'm loving a product. So today that's what we're gonna sit down and do. So the first favorite that I want to share with you guys is a face moisturizer. So this is still from the first AD Beauty brand, and I'm just so excited about this because this one is part of that collection and it's part of the brand, but this one is naturally infused with pink grapefruit. So I purchased this a few months ago when I was getting ready to go to California. I wanted to take a smaller version of my big tub. So I was like, let me go ahead and get this one. And I saw that it was pink grapefruit and I was like, let me try something new. Because usually the one that I get is unscented because you guys know my sensitivities to a lot of scents. But this one has done so good with me and the consistency is like equally the same. And so when I came back from California, I was still using it and I just ended up putting it in this room for the days where I'm too lazy to walk like 10 steps. You know, we all have those days. So I was like, let me just keep it in here and I can use it. And I've been using it so much, especially when I'm doing my makeup. I would really recommend checking these out. They have them at Ulta and Sephora. I've seen mainly the ones that are kind of like scented at Ulta, but I do have to say these are great. These are still sensitive friendly like every other First Aid Beauty product that doesn't contain any fragrances or any scents, so I would try this out. So we just did our moisturizer, but we're not going to be doing our foundation or priming until we're done our eyes. So that being said, I like to do that because I really like the product to absorb into my skin. So for eyes, I have been obsessed with these neon palettes by Huda Beauty. I feel like they're perfect size. I feel like they're so great color-wise for this summer season. And I also really like the price. I feel like $29 for these is pretty reasonably priced. And I think that's considering the fact that her larger palettes are just so huge. And like with these, you can really just like have so much fun and not be so like overwhelmed by a lot of colors. But I really want to give a shout out to another palette that I tested earlier this month. This is the Cookie Makeup in the Artist palette, the Peachy Queen, and you guys saw me use this and I was really pleased with the color range and the pigmentation and how everything went on with this palette that I was like, this is also another one. And I actually used these two together. So if you're looking for something more on a budget and you like more so of like neutral pinky colors, then I would definitely try this Cookie Makeup. This one you can find on their website. Now that we went ahead and primed our eyelid, I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys in close so we can start this beautiful eye look that I can't wait for you guys to see. Okay, so right now we have the base and we're gonna be taking a nice fluffy brush. We're gonna be going in with this beautiful peach shade right here, and it's a matte shade, and that's going to serve as our transition color for the crease. And we're really taking this in windshield wiper motions because we really want to blow it up. So that is enough right there. Then I'm going to be taking the Cookie palette. So we're first going to go ahead and start off with this nice transition color over the peach shade, but we're really only going to target it like right onto our crease area to really give some more dimension. So now I'm going to start off with this brown right here. We're just going to be taking a little bit of it. And you can see it's kind of like a reddy brown. So that's enough right there. We just literally want to keep it centered right here. Then I'm going to be taking this very dark brown right here. And that I'm going to be putting right on this outer edge. You can build up a little bit more if you want to. So once we have that, we kind of have an outline of the matte colors. So now we're going to go into the fun part. So now we're going to go into this beautiful shade that has just been screaming my name all week long. And we're going to start to take it with our MAC 242 brush, and we are going to start to apply that all over the lid. Now this color, like I mentioned about these shadows in this palette that are more shimmery, they have a little bit of texture. So when they have a little bit of texture, you want to work more gently with them because they're not as pigmented as just regular shimmers that don't have the added texture. You can see it pops a lot, but you can still see that there's a little bit of space where like you really don't have any product on there. So you either have to build it up or you have to apply like a base underneath. But I'm just gonna be working with the product alone because I want you guys to see that you can definitely build with this color. It's not gonna give you problems if you decide to like pack on until you get that pigment that you want. Okay, so now I'm gonna be going in with the Farsali spray. This has been my favorite to wet my brushes. I've mentioned this before. This is like a ongoing favorite. This one, I know a lot of people have been using it for their face to like give them that dewiness. I like to use this for my shimmer. So whenever I'm working with super shimmery colors and I want to make them that much more intense, because this already has like those rolled gold specks, like that 24 karat whatever infused in it, I feel like it really allows to give it more shimmer. This kind of reminds me of my MAC Fix Pluses in Gold Light. I was obsessed with those. I'm actually very low on it. I need to go pick up another one, but I was like, why not use this one up before you pick up another product? And I really love how it works with these Huda shadows because it really does the trick for them. So now I'm gonna go back into the brown shade and we're gonna start working on that outer edge and then slowly blend it right into the rest of the colors right there. You can see so that we can have like a very nice gradual effect. And there we have that beautiful color. A little bit before this month started, a lot of you guys were asking me like, girl, what do you use for eyeliner? Your eyeliner looks so black and perfect. I haven't been that into my gel liner that I usually have always been a ride or die for, but ever since I got the roller liner by Benefit, I was like, whoa, this is life changing. So then I went and purchased the Araceli Beauty Ojos Perfectos eyeliner, and this is their liquid liner. And if you guys know about Araceli Beauty, I did a video using Latina owned makeup, and in that video I mentioned Araceli Beauty, and I like ever since then I've been using this non-stop, and they always rave about the liner. Like on their Instagram page you see so many girls raving about the eyeliner, wearing the eyeliner, and it truly looks that dark. I know some people think like, did she Photoshop? What does she do? But it's this eyeliner. It's incredible. Araceli Beauty did an amazing job creating the perfect liquid liner. Now that we went ahead and did our liquid liner, we're gonna go in with another Araceli Beauty product. This is their pencil liner in the Ojos Perfectos. This one I also really recommend. I always like to use it right here in this like waterline, and it really allows it to look so black there that when you put on a lash, it really like just blends perfectly into the whole look. I know for me, like if I'm not wearing this, you can see my skin. So I really recommend this pencil liner because it just makes the biggest of a difference. And like I mentioned, it stays on there until the end of the day, it will be on. So definitely check Araceli Beauty when it comes to your liner needs because they really did the damn thing, and it's a Latina owned brand, smaller brand that just starting up. Guys, you should really support them. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to our lash, and with lash, I'm so sad because I'm getting lash extensions today, so I'm not going to be wearing falsies for a while, but these lashes have just stolen my heart. And it's funny because I didn't even like purchase these recently. I've had these for like about a year, and they were just sitting in my lash drawer. And I was like, these look pretty, like, let me go ahead and use them. They're from Blinking Beaut, and they are $30. $30 for these lashes. That's a lot, I know. But I was like, you know what? Let me just forget this right now. Let me just forget that these even cost that much and just use these very generously because I do not want to spend $30 anytime soon. Luckily for me, I'm about to wear lash extensions, so I probably won't be using this for about like a month and a half, but when I go back to these, I know I'll be like in love with them again. But these are the lashes that I've been wearing a lot. You guys have seen these a lot during my past few videos. And let me just tell you, if you've never worn falsies and you're thinking about getting into it, you're in for a ride. You're in for a commitment because once you wear falsies, like, and you like get used to it and everything, like there's no looking back. They completely change a look. And I feel like they just add such a beautiful touch to the eye, but like, do you see that? Like, I just feel like that bitch. But I'm gonna go off camera and I'm gonna finish this eye, and then I'm gonna come back and we can go ahead and start off with the face. Okay, so I am back. I finished the eyes and the brows. Can you just see what a huge difference it makes when you have like both eyes on, brows on, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to snatch the skin. So the first product I'm gonna mention, now that we already have our moisturizer, I'm gonna be using the Cover FX Gripping Primer. I've fallen in love with this primer all over again. For a few months, I kind of gave it a break because I was trying different products. So I've been using this all over again, and I was like, why did I stop using this? This stuff is amazing. It's So good for locking things in. I remember I used this when I went to the masterclass with Kim Kardashian and Mario, her makeup artist. And I needed the makeup to last all day long, which is why I bought this. And my makeup lasted all day long, like from like 6 a.m. until like 9 p.m. Like it was on, and it was because of this primer. So I've just been so obsessed. It's definitely a tacky consistency when you put it on the skin. Like it's going to make sure that it sticks. Now for foundation, this is a real throwback, and I started using this a few weeks ago, and the Hourglass stick. This is in the shade Golden, and oh God, it is so beautiful. Like you're about to see. Like look how pigmented that is. So when I use the stick foundation, not just this stick foundation, but a lot of stick foundations, I tend to prefer to go in with a brush, like a nice kabuki brush, because I feel like it applies the product a lot better, especially when you want it to be super duper pigmented. I feel like it just intenses the pigmentation by a lot. So I am just applying it with this Morphe brush. This is the JH03 brush. And like, do you see this? If you haven't tried this foundation, you need to like go get it. This is a foundation that I feel like is such an essential for anybody in their collection. If you're looking for a good stick foundation, look no further, because this will definitely be the one for you. Also, with this foundation, I just feel like it makes your skin look so perfected. Do you see this? Like, it legit makes my skin look amazing. And you can tell the difference. Like, foundation, no foundation, it's a big difference. I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like when I have a good foundation day, everything else comes easy. And now we're gonna move on to concealer. So I know you guys are probably gonna roast me about this one, but I've really been into the e.l.f. concealer. I actually reviewed this a few months ago and I was like, I don't really like it. But I just been using this nonstop, and I like the fact that it's full coverage. I would say if you're somebody that doesn't wear foundation and wears very minimal makeup, but you really love adding a concealer into your makeup routine, this is something to look into. It's affordable, and also it's a similar consistency to the Tarte Shape Tape, in the sense that this is super full coverage, which is why I'm saying if you don't wear a lot of makeup and you only want a really good concealer, this is good because you will get that really good coverage. If you are doing a full coverage, you want to be very mindful of the fact that you need very little of it. So what I like to do is I like to just kind of dot it in small sections like that. Usually with my concealers, when I do a full face, I like to do that triangle. And I know a lot of people don't like that. Some people cringe, but that's just how I prefer to do it because I really like a very bright under eye. But with this specific concealer, you need to make sure that you realize that less is more. So the least amount that is used for this, it's going to be more beneficial in terms of how this will lay through the day, how this will lay with powder, because I do have to bake because I always crease no matter what. I'm going to be taking my powder and my little sponge, and I'm just going to be targeting that area where I crease. I don't want there to be too much powder because, like I mentioned, this is one of those products that you need to be very mindful of how much you use, how much powder you apply, and all that, because it's so thick, it can start to look a little cakey. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a little bit of powder and just kind of set the areas where I get oily. Now we can move on to blush and highlight, because I do have some new favorites of this month. I wanna first start off with blush, and this is a little blush trio from KYLIE, and I mentioned this again in that video where I did a full face of KYLIE products, and these colors, like these two, are like my life. If you're not somebody that likes a lot of intense blush, but you like something a little bit more complimentary as opposed to like, whoa, we went there, this is like the perfect blush. It gives me such a beautiful look. And that's the blush. So this one is the Blush Up blush palette in Demure. We're gonna go into another KYLIE highlighter. This is the Soft Glow highlighter, and it looks like this. It reminds me of the consistency of the Omrezi when it comes to like the way that it texture looks. It almost looks like it is wet. I just feel like it gives me a really beautiful, almost natural looking highlight. Like, it pops, but it's like, it almost becomes one with my skin. Like, you guys need to check this out, especially if you're around my complexion and you're looking for an affordable highlighter. This is like the way to go. I like to do liner, but I like to do white liner, and it's because I like to make my eyes look bigger. So this is one of my all-time favorite products to use. I'm gonna mention today because I've been using it a lot this month. This is the NYX retractable eyeliner. Well, that's the first time I said NYX. I usually say NYX. But I'm just gonna pop this. Let me take my little mirror. I'm gonna pop this in my waterline. I just feel like it really opens my eyes. You can really kind of like press it to your liking. Like if you wanted to look a little bit more natural like I did, you can go in lighter with it. If you wanted to look more intense and be more white, you can kind of be a little bit heavier handed. And then the last thing I like to do with the eyes, this is another technique that I have been doing a lot this month, and that is taking a white shade. I'm just really a fan of the white shade from the KKW Beauty Mario palette. So I'm gonna take that white shade and I'm gonna take my brush. I'm gonna be using this tiny brush that I like to use for my inner tear duct. This is the JH39 brush, and I'm going to be applying the white right here. And I don't know what it is, but I just feel like me applying white right there, just a matte white, really opens up the eye. Compared to this eye, I feel like when you want to look super awake and like, bam, like I'm ready to take pictures, I'm full glam, I feel like that makes a big difference. And I just been doing this technique a lot. I haven't been using shimmer shades because I feel like shimmer shades can kind of make it look a little bit more intense. And the matte shade really like opens up the eye in a very pretty way. So now I'm gonna move on to a lipstick that I purchased about a month ago. So Kylie has been wearing this lipstick constantly. She always kind of advertises it whenever she has like her makeup done, and she posts pictures on Instagram. She's like, I'm wearing Kylie Lip Kit, and I've been wanting to try it out ever since I seen her wear it because it just looks so nice and natural, like a very like almost similar color of her lip. And I was like, that looks really pretty. But then I'm like, this girl is like more fair than I am. So I was like, I don't know if I want to get it online. And then literally a week later, they announced that they were launching this at Ulta stores. So you're able to go in and swatch them and see if this is something that would fit your, you know, skin complexion well, if it would complement you. So I was like, perfect timing. I'm so happy I didn't purchase it online and then ended up getting it and not liking it. I went in store and I swatched it and I was like, this is really pretty. So then I bought it. And I do have to say that I think for $29, when you're getting a liquid lipstick and you're getting a lip liner, I think it's a perfect deal. Okay, so now I have that, and I'm gonna be taking the actual lipstick and I'm centering it in the area where we didn't drag the lip liner down, and then just kind of going like that a little bit. So when you first apply it, it definitely looks a little bit more pink, but then when it sets, it definitely sets more so to the color of your lip. It just looks so pretty. I just love this lip, and I really love how comfortable these lipsticks are. She's come a long way with them. I feel like when they first launched, like I remember in 2015 or 16, they were super like matte and drying, but they're so comfortable now. And I just love the concept of the lip kit. But this lip really like impressed me because I was like, oh, she's just doing it because she wants people to buy her product. But I mean, it's a really good lip. Like I really like it. So check it out at Ulta and then get back with me if you do purchase it, because I think you will be very, very happy with your purchase. Okay, so the last thing I like to do is set my face with setting spray. And I'm gonna mention this again because it's summertime and I feel like it needs to be mentioned, and you'll see me mention this many times, but this is the Seriously Fab Zinc It Over Facial Mist. Now this is a setting spray for your makeup. It is wonderful. It makes my makeup look so beautiful through the day. It makes it stay in place. It just gives it this like gorgeous finish that like I feel like really ties up the look together. Not only that, it has sunscreen, it has SPF of 25. I know what you guys are thinking, oh girl, you need more sunscreen. Typically sunscreens that have a lot more sunscreen in them, a lot more higher number, have a lot of chemicals. I have a lot of issues with many sunscreens. I've tried so many. I've tried ones that are like super sensitive friendly and they just don't work for me. So I really like the fact that this has really worked for me. And you guys see me mention this time after time because I truly believe in this. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about a product that I don't believe in and just constantly rave about it, especially when I know it's doing great for my skin. So I like this because I feel like it allows me to spray it and then in a few hours I can go back and spray it again, because you should be reapplying your sunscreen as opposed to a like cream form moisturizer of sunscreen where you have to reapply. Obviously you can't reapply it over foundation or over makeup, so it's nice to have this spray. They do retail for $39 each, but I think it's totally worth it. Here you get 3 ounces. And I do have a coupon code in case you guys want to use it. It's TMB10. You can use it at checkout when you purchase these single ones. You don't have to use my coupon code. I'm not talking about this to shove it down your throat. I just sincerely believe in this product, and I believe that it has made a difference in me being more responsible, making sure that when I do put this on, I know that I'm protected. So this is like the ish, and it's summer, so this is the extra time where you need to be like all up in sunscreen. Seriously fab, sink it over, my holy grail. I literally have this much left. I'm about to open a new bottle, but it does wonders. So I will have all these products linked down below in my description box, because I want you guys to test out as many of these as you possibly can. I am obsessed with these products, and like I mentioned, I've been doing this makeup look. Probably this is the 5th time I've done it this month, like this specific makeup look, but I've been using all the products in rotation, and they're unbeatable. So I really encourage you to check these out, test them out. If you do check some of these products out, let me know your thoughts on them, because I always love hearing your feedback. Also, let me know what your favorites for the month of June are, because that always helps me go out and buy some new, and you guys know that I always hook you guys up, so I want you guys to hook me up with what you would recommend. If you did enjoy watching this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It lets me know to continue doing more of these videos. I do have my June lifestyle favorites video coming up. I did my first one for May, and now we're gonna move on to the second month of it, so stay tuned for that one. What else do I want to say? Oh, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Become a member of family here on YouTube, because I mean, I hook you guys up, and I just don't want you guys to not receive the hookup. So that being said, I love you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.